Okay, in this lesson we're going to look at the weighted mean. Okay, when values of the data have different weights, you have to account for this when computing the average or the mean, and we call this the weighted mean. Simple enough. And an everyday example of this would be your grade in a class. You may have tests that are worth 40%, quizzes 20%, homework 10%, and the final worth 30%. Hopefully that adds up to 100. So you can't just, if you want to find out your average, you can't just add up each item and divide by the number of items, right? Because the different items have different weights. You have to account for this. Let's look at an example. So calculating your GPA is another form of weighted mean. So the weights are actually the credit hours for each course. And I could give you the complicated formula, but I think this will just make sense. Suppose you get an A in your 3-hour stats class, a B in your 5-hour physics class, and a C in your 2-hour health class. What would be your GPA? Okay, so maybe I should give you the official formula here. So the weighted mean, and we'll put that X sub W, it's going to be the sum of all of my weights, we'll put a little subscript I, times all of the little data points, X sub I. And then we divide that by the sum of all the W sub I's. Okay, so what does that mean practically? We're just going to take the first weight times the first data value, plus the second weight times the second data value, plus the third weight times the third data value, plus yada yada yada. And we divide that by just summing up all of the weights. And here we have actually 3 values, right? We got A in a 3-hour, B in a 5-hour, and C in a 2-hour. So the credit hours are actually the weights here. And so what are we going to have? Weight 1 is going to be 3 times, we got an A, right? So that's considered a 4, right? So an A is a 4, hopefully you know that. A is a 4.0, B is a 3.0, C is a 2.0, D is a 1, and F you don't get anything for. And we will not worry about the plus minus grading scale here. So plus the second one is a B in a 5-hour class. So again, the B is the weight, the 5-hour class is the weight, and we get a B, which is 3. Plus we get a C in a 2-hour class. So we get a 2-hour class times the C. And we divide that by the total number of credit hours, which is 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, we can add that up in our head. And then just do the arithmetic, right? 3 times 4 is 12, plus 5 times 3 is 15, so 12 plus 15 is 27, plus 4 is 31 over 10, and I can do that without a calculator. I get a 3.1, so that is my GPA for this semester.